Please stand.
City of Romulus City Council regular meeting for Monday, August 3rd, 2015. The roll will show that all members are present. Tonight's council meeting agenda is as follows. Number 1, agenda, 2 minutes, 3 petitioner, 4 chairperson's report, 5 mayor's report, 6A clerk's report, 6B treasurer's report, 7 public comment, 8 unfinished business, 9 new business, 10 communication, 11 adjournment, and a motion would be in order to accept the regular council meeting agenda as presented.
Support.
The motion by Mr. Kraut, supported by Ms. Makowski, for approval of the agenda as presented. Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
2A, approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held July 27th, 2015.
So move for July 27, 2015.
Support.
A motion by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Abdo, for approval of the minutes from the regular council meeting held July 27, 2015. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
2B, approval of the public hearing minutes of Monday, July 27th, 2015 at 7 o'clock p.m. This was regarding the PAC specs request to establish a plant rehabilitation district for the property located at 8111 Middle Belt Road, Romulus, Michigan.
So moved for the approval of the minutes from the public hearing held July 27th, 2015.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Abdo, supported by Ms. Roscoe, for approval of the public hearing meeting of Monday, July 27th, 2015 at 7 p.m. Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
There are no petitioners this evening. Number 4 is the chairperson's report.
Thank you, Madam Clerk. I just have a couple announcements for some events that's coming up. As you know, the Romulus Ministerial Alliance's first annual Family Health, Faith, and Prayer Revival is Saturday, August the 8th at 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. at the Romulus Middle School football field. The fitness walk to begin at 9:30 a.m. and the shuttle starts at 9 a.m. and you have a lot of health screenings such as for your blood pressure, cholesterol, diabetes checks, back to school immunizations for youth, dental checks, BCCCP signups for women to prevent breast cancer. And if you need any information, please call this number, 313-701-2423. Again, 313-701-2423. Also, the St. John's Lodge, number 44, invites you to its Community Youth Day picnic, which is on Saturday, August the 27th of 2015. It's 12 noon until 5 p.m. They will be supplying school supplies, souvenirs, dental check, registration, blood pressure, also cholesterol, food, games, fun, inspirations. And this will be held at the Thomas E. Coleman Community Center at 35351 Beverly Road, and that's near Wayne Road. It's come one, come all. That concludes the chairman's report.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to accept your report. Support.
It's been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Makowski, to accept the chairperson's report. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved, and thank you.
Number 5 is the mayor's report.
Good evening, council, treasurer, clerk, deputy clerk, and audience. Tonight, quote I brought goes as this: there are two ways of exerting one's strength. One is pushing down, and the other is pulling up. And I picked that one because last week I talked about our seniors participating in Senior Olympics, and you want to talk about a group of people that really lifted each other up and kind of pulled together and did well. What I'd like to do is run through a quick list of some of our medal winners, and then we're blessed with one of our very talented Olympiads here to have come up and share a little bit of the medals that she won. But I'll go through them real quick, and these were for all in their age groups. Tanya Cofield got a bronze in the beanbag toss, bronze in football throw. Shirley Coates, bronze in beanbag toss. Mickey Durham, silver in beanbag toss, silver in bocce ball, bronze in frisbee toss, golds in football throw, silver in horseshoe, gold in soccer kick, and gold in softball throw. Virginia McCosh got a silver in frisbee toss and a bronze in soccer kick. Our own Roger Cadu got a bronze in football throw, even though he wasn't considered a football star going into it. He did a good job. David Dennison, our very own, won a silver. Silver is a perfect color for Dennis. And he won for golf. And Ruth Curley got a silver in another sport, and Goldie Hoffman looks like silver in softball also. Total Romulus was 23 medals, 4 golds, 10 silvers, 13 bronze. And what I'd like to just ask, if she would, is have Mickey Durham come up with her 7 medals, 3 of which are gold. No, she came in today for another reason, and we were talking. Stacy and I were talking out in the lobby, and I said, "Well, I plan to recognize some of the medal winners. You know, it'd be great if she could, showcase them and bring them up." But I can tell you, for how many years have you been doing the? 25 years she's been competing in the Senior Olympics, and it's one of the highlights of her year as far as activities. So. I was very proud of our Romulus team. Rose Swadan and her team got together a good group of people. I thought Woodhaven did a nice job of hosting it, and I thought it was a nice program. A little bit warm at times through the week, but I don't know. Do you want to share anything or no, or just?
I just love participating and representing the city of Romulus, because I grew up in Romulus. I graduated from Romulus, 1953.
All right.
Staff for what they do, and I just really love participating in my sports. I love it. I ride my bike around town and everything. Just a little bit of everything.
Well, staying active and living a good life, and we're very proud that you represented the city over all those years. We hope you do it another 25.
I hope so too. I start Monday at the Western Wayne County Senior Olympics.
Awesome, excellent.
Representing Van Buren. It's always come back to Romulus.
All right.
That's where I started.
Well, thank you and congratulations.
Thank you so much for
We
having me.
appreciate it. What I'd also like to do is, we had another kind of a good event today. We had a swearing-in ceremony today, and this is in relationship to our ordinance department. Bonnie Freeman was sworn in as our part-time ordinance director now. Byron Paisley, the part-time ordinance officer, and Corey Peters as a part-time ordinance officer. So again, one of the things we heard loud and clear from our visioning is that our residents want us to get compliance with ordinances. So we're doing just that, and with this team, along with Ross Haydeck, who's still in that area, and Animal Control, who is here today, we're going to continue to do the best we can to represent the city and get people to comply, and do good work, so that overall we have not only a better image but better value in property. So I just want to pass that on. Spoke earlier about Dennis, and I would like the world famous Dennis Davison to come up to the podium. I want him to talk about a couple things. We have some great opportunities especially in the month of August for recreation, and then there's a big event tomorrow on behalf of the chamber that I would like Dennis to just do a reminder. So Dennis, take it from there.
Okay, thank you, Mayor Bearcroft, members of council, Mr. Speaker. Madam Clerk, Madam Treasurer, Madam Deputy Clerk, it's a pleasure to come up and speak to you tonight about some of the great events that's happening here in Romulus. And I know a lot of you have been out to Sounds in downtown. We've just been truly amazed at the crowds we've been drawing. I know I didn't make it last week, but a couple of weeks ago, I know we had over 200 people coming down the historical park. One of the things I want to mention right off the bat is that tomorrow night is Romulus night at Comerica Park. I've got a poster here. We've got tickets left. The bus leaves at 5 o'clock, and we would like to have anybody who is watching, anybody in the room that would like to go, give Betsy a call at the chamber at 734-893-0694. The cost is only $65 per person, which includes a bus ride down and back. There's some refreshments on the bus. Also, when you get to the ballpark, there'll be a nice picnic-type buffet with hamburgers, hot dogs, and salads, and beans, and coleslaw, and all that sort of thing. Plus, upper box seat tickets for that game, right behind home plate in the upper box. And that's going to be a very nice event. A special feature will be tomorrow night is that the Tigers have been so kind to invite our mayor to come down and take batting practice. No, observe batting practice, that's what it was.
I was doing that.
And meet with pitching coach Jeff Jones. Jeff is, probably maybe you do not know, his parents lived here in town, and I think that he once told one of our people that he lived here for a short time during his playing career. I think he lived over on Castle, so that'd be kind of nice for this. But there are tickets left. We need to support our chamber and our night out at the ballpark. Going back to the Sounds of Downtown, as you know, we have something going on every Friday in the month of August. We like to have everybody come out. But a special night is going to be August the 14th. We've got a group called Detour coming out, and they've got some good rhythm and blues and Motown, and there's always good entertainment with these people. But the Recreation Department has purchased, and we're going to debut a 20-foot movie screen, and we're going to show a movie after the Sounds in Downtown that night, and it's going to be a Kevin James movie. It's called Zookeeper. And so bring the chairs and the kids and come on out and have a good time with that. Other things going on, every Tuesday in August will be free youth activities in our senior park, starting out tomorrow at St. John's Lodge, number 44 Park. They'll be featuring kickball, three-throw contests, and other games. And I believe our golf instructor is going to come out and correct some backswings there. So that's going to be very nice. Then on Tuesday, August the 11th, we'll be at Fernandez Park. Tuesday the 18th, we'll be at the Coleman Center. And the 25th at the Oak Brook Neighborhood Park. So a lot of good things coming out. Free Youth Day. And great things in the city of Romulus. It's been a fantastic summer so far. And if any of you missed any of our events, they've just been going on, and they're going to continue to go on right into the Pumpkin Festival season. So we invite all of our viewers and everybody to come out and join us. If you can't join us, watch us on Channel 18, because we have the pleasure of showing those concerts. Miss Page.
Oh, Mr.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
I just wanted to ask you if you could let everyone know about this Friday, because it's really exciting about who's entertaining and the colors and that sort of thing. Thank you.
Very good, yeah, I'm sorry, I was going to say that. This Friday is going to be Romulus High School Alumni Night. And for those of you who remember the old Channel 6 band, well, there's going to be a small reunion of a couple of members led by band leader Henry James. For those of you who go back in the day, I know back in the 80s when I worked here at the city, if we needed anything on the spur of the moment, if we needed a band for anything, we called Henry. And he got a bunch of kids together, music stands, and they can run over here to City Hall and play the national anthem or whatever we need them to do. So it'll be a fine tribute to Henry James and the rest of the guys if everybody come out for that Romulus High School reunion night at the Romulus Historical Park. And thank you for bringing that up. Appreciate that.
Wear your maroon and white.
Yes.
Please.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you very much, Dennis. Appreciate it. As Dennis said, we have a lot of good things going on, a lot of people working hard behind the scenes, but when you hear things for kids recreation, and if you picked up on it, Dennis said free. Music, movies in the park, free. For family, fun, kids activities. Please come out and support those. Thank you. Also, I did, on a sad note, I do need to ask council for a memorial resolution, if I could, for the family of Robert Smith, who passed last week.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Makowski, for a memorial resolution for Mr. Smith. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Council. Now, under my normal report, we have before you item 5A, which are really just the reappointments and appointments to the Police, Fire, and Safety Commission. What you have in front of you is a motion that's asking you to concur with the administration and approve a reappointment of James Crova, Vonda Cooley, Michael Waitoko Sr., and the new appointment of Tina Talley to the City of Romulus Police, Fire, and Safety Commission. Those terms will expire July 22nd of 18.
So moved.
Support.
A motion by Ms. Makowski, supported by Mr. Kraut, to concur with the administration and approve the reappointments of Jane Crover, Vonda Cooley, Michael Watoko Sr., and appointment of Tina Talley to the City of Romulus Police, Fire, and Safety Commission with a term to expire July the 22nd, 2018. Any discussion? Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, Council. Next up is 5B, and it's just a request to concur with the administration and adopt a resolution to grant the authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into a sanitary sewer agreement with the City of Wayne for the EQ Resources Recovery as it was presented and reviewed by legal counsel.
So moved, Mr. Chairman.
Support.
Been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Ms. Makowski, concur with the administration and adopt a resolution to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the sanitary sewer agreement with the City of Wayne for EQ Resource Recovery as presented.
I got a question, Mr. Chairman.
Yes, Mr. Wadsworth.
To Bob out there, they will pay their bill to the City of Wayne for sewer? Or they'll pay us and we? No, they'll pay the City of Wayne. All right. And this is at no expense extra to us at all? Correct. Okay, fine. Thank you.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, Council. And last item is item C, and that's a request to concur with the administration and adopt a resolution to the mayor and clerk to enter into the agreement with Great Lakes Water Authority and to assign the wholesale customer water service contract as presented.
Mr. Chair, I'll make that motion to adopt a resolution to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached agreement with the Great Lakes Water Authority and to assign wholesale customer water service contract as presented.
Support.
Been motioned by Ms. Roscoe, supported by Ms. Abdo, to concur with administration and adopt a resolution to grant authorization for the mayor and clerk to enter into the attached agreement with the Great Lakes Water Authority and to assign wholesale customer water service contract as presented. In discussion? Hearing none, roll call vote. Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Chair votes yes. Motion approved.
Thank you, Council, and that concludes my report.
Thank you, Mayor.
6A is the clerk's report. Line item 6A1. For second reading and final adoption is Budget Amendment 1516-2 in the amount of $26,746, and this is to move the unused 415 capital budgeted funds for Fire Station Number 4's digital sign to the 1516 Building and Grounds capital budget. This amendment was introduced at the council meeting of July 27th, 2015.
Mr. Chair. Go ahead, Linda.
Oh, Go ahead, Ms. Choate.
I would be happy to make the motion that we grant second reading and final adoption to Budget Amendment 1516-2 of the general fund for securing the funds for the fire station digital sign budget.
Support.
The motion by Ms. Choate, supported by Mr. Kraut, for second reading and final adoption of Budget Amendment 15/16-2, General Fund, for the amount of $26,746. Any discussion? Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo?
Yes.
Chair votes yes, motion approved.
Other than a notice from Comcast, that concludes the clerk's report. Number 6B would be the treasurer's report.
Good evening, council, the mayor, deputy clerk, as well as the clerk and the audience. I just have one item under my report, and as Mr. Barden spoke about the health screening event, there will be a representative from AARP there. They are looking for volunteers to help prepare tax returns. So if you are interested, we would love for you to contact us or to meet with the representative. There's a little bit of training. It is a lot of fun, and you are helping our seniors, disabled, and low income. That, of course, doesn't take place till February, but please think about it, and if you have any desire or interest to help out in that area, please contact my office, or you are welcome to come out during the health screening event. Thank you.
Thank you.
Number 7 is public comment, and this is the portion on our agenda that's open to those of you in the audience. If you would like to make a comment, you may do so under this report. Raise your hand, and after you've been acknowledged by our chairperson, approach the podium. We ask that you state your name, your address, and please limit your comments to 3 minutes. We do not have any written requests this evening.
Okay. Comments from the audience? Yes, coming up, Mr.
Good evening.
Good evening.
My name is Harold Gregory, and I live at 11494 Moore Street here in Romulus. First, I'd like to address the mayor and the city council and elected officials. But my comments, what I'm here for is that I receive an invoice from the auditor's department, and this is the first invoice that me and my wife, Helen Gregory, have received since we own the property here in Romulus. And first I thought it was a mistake, but I met with the director of the ordinance department this morning, and she said my name was on the list. So I questioned how my name got on the list, but there was some assumption made. There was no direct facts given to me. But my concern was that this is the first time since we own our property in the 1970s that we received one of these invoices. And we have always maintained our property, home, and the property that we own over on Grover near Grant, across from the AME Methodist Church. This is the first time since the 1970s that we have received an invoice. And we was really concerned about this. And I questioned her about it, and there was pictures taken with a Polaroid camera, which, you know, that was 1970s, 1950s. And you really can't tell whether it's my property or not. Plus, it was mentioned that it was 8 inches tall. We have never let our grass grow 8 inches tall. And I was just wondering, I said, well, how did my name get on this list? And I was questioning her about it, but, you know, since she's new here in the community, she was installed today. And still, I also had to pay my grass service provider, because, you know, they kind of half cut it, and I like to keep our grass cut just like a carpet. That's how close we like to keep our grass over there by the Methodist Church. So I had to pay him, so I had to pay him double, plus I got the invoice for $254. So my comments this evening is directed to the mayor and the city council member. What criteria is used when it comes to citizens, you know, have to be put on a list? And I was wondering, was there a mistake made or what? Because this is the first time since the 1970s that our name had been put on this invoice. And I thought it was a mistake at first, but then I said, wow, this is really being unfair to a citizen of Romulus who pay their taxes, who keep their property up, who, plus I'm a member of the Romulus Neighborhood Watch. This is one of our #1 priorities here in the city of Romulus. Some of you was at our function this past Saturday. And I said, why would my name be put on a list? So that's why I'm here to make this comment and to question the mayor and the city council. Why was my name put on the list?
Sure.
Mr. Mayor and then Mr.
And I can
Wadsworth.
try to address it. Maybe what we could do for council and for the resident is get the information and check into it and verify it. Yes, we do have a grass cutting ordinance, 8 inches, the
Right,
amount.
right.
There's a process they have to go through to, verify that, take photos before and after, and a whole process. So what we will do is look at that and make sure the process went well, and we can verify that for you. If we can get, maybe we can have Chief Dickerson get your information before you go and find out. I know that our new director today, who was just sworn in,
Right.
she's been, with our department before that, but she just came in as a part-time director. So as far as how things get on the list, a couple ways that happens is sometimes people will call in parcels that they think are in violation, and it's our job to go out and check them. What we're really trying to do is, and I said it today at the swearing in, we're just trying to get compliance. We don't want to cut grass. We don't want to bill people. We don't want to go through that aggravation because it costs us more to do it, to go through the process than does a normal resident. And then, as you said, if you do have a contract, then you're paying that person as well,
Yeah,
too.
I'm paying
So our goal is not to cut people's grass and not to bill them for it. So let us look at that, and I can report back to council as far as what happened. If it's what seems a little odd is that it's never been on for any kind of reporting since 1970. I don't know. I can't answer as to why it's on now, but we'll definitely check into it and find out if it was a complaint or something that we got. We'll have reference to that too.
What she mentioned, like I said, my name was put on the list. And like I said, in the picture that was taken with a Polaroid, you can't really tell what.
Wasn't clear about. Okay. Well, we'll look at it and make sure that it was fair. And
I just want the problem resolved.
Sure.
Okay,
Me and my wife, we have always maintained our
Right.
property at our home and the property that we own. Pay our taxes on time and whatever,
Mr. Wadsworth had a question. or
If I
comment?
could, to the petitioner, you should have received a warning ticket. Did anybody give you a ticket, giving you 10 days to cut this?
Never
I
have.
presume.
Never
I-
have.
I presume that's what we do. We just don't pop up on this corner and start cutting grass.
Yeah, we never have.
They
Don't we make contact?
advertise it, they're put in a paper, they're sent, the people that are on the list are sent a notice of
Yeah,
the
right.
cutting season.
Say you never received any type of.
Never.
Well,
Well, we
that
can
would be a
follow
reason
that.
that the mayor will look
I'm
into it
just
for
wondering,
you.
I'm just curious.
I know
how-
exactly the spot you're talking about.
I'm just curious, how did my name get on the list? That's all.
That I can't answer without, if it came in as a complaint or not, I don't know that, but anybody that was on the list should have received a mailer and a notice of the schedule, and I would have record of that too, what was mailed out. So let us do our due diligence, find out what went on, and if it's something.
Get back with me?
Absolutely. If you just make sure we get your information, and then we'll make sure we follow up with you and with council so they know the result of this.
Okay, thank
But
you.
thanks for coming forward, I appreciate it.
Thank
And
you so
if you
much.
could let people know, we just want to get compliance, that's all. We don't want to cut their grass, we don't want to bill them, so,
I don't want to pay that
yeah,
money.
I don't blame you. Thank you,
Thank you.
All right,
thanks for
thanks.
coming up.
Thank you. Any other comments from the audience? No more comments from the audience? Okay, Madam Clerk, we'll close that out.
Number 8 is unfinished business.
Ms. Abdo,
Yes, good evening. I just wanted to remind you that August 8th is the birthday party for Mr. Wanask, former Romulus teacher, who turns 100 years young. And this party is hosted by Al and Phyllis Wilkerson. It will be at the Sweet Afton Tea Room in Plymouth from 5:30 to 8. And if you can't come, if you want to send him a birthday card, please send it to the board office, as we are collecting them there at the board office. Thank you.
Ms. Abdo, did you say that was August the 4th?
No, August 8th. If I said
Oh,
4th,
okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay, thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
There's no more unfinished business. Number 9 is new business.
Mr. Barden?
Yes, Mr.
I would
Wadsworth?
I would just like to remind the people that the Pumpkin Festival is only 6 weeks away, and we will be playing bingo for the animal shelter, again, like we have for the past 12 years, and I'll be talking about it every meeting. It'll be Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and of course, all the funds are going back to the shelter.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Ross.
Number 10 is communication.
Mr. Barton,
Yes, Mr. Crowd.
who's ever having a birthday in August, I want to wish you a very happy birthday.
Okay.
Who?
Ms. Makowski.
If I may, I would just like to repeat, there will be for the library, the youth librarian is putting on a teen resume building workshop. Young adults ages 12 through 17 are welcome there. It's August 11th at 10:15 a.m. at the library. Please either drop into the library and let them know you'd like to sign up, or you can call the library at 942-7589. Thank you.
I have one, this is to the mayor and Mr. Davis. The Lions started their first training today.
I heard that. You know, it's a new season. It's not about last season,
Right.
last game, last hour. It's moving ahead.
Great. Looking forward.
Mr. Chair, thank
Yes.
you. I just want to, Mr. Gregory left, but congratulate the folks at the Junction Sub, the Civic League. They had their neighborhood, kind of their a neighborhood outing, you know, for the kids in the neighborhood, and they did a great job. And too bad Mr. Gregory's out there, but he was part of that committee, and they did a great job. So we just want to congratulate those in the neighborhood watch, the Junction Sub. I believe Mr. Shreves is the president there, so, and Willie Hester, so it was well attended, so congratulations to those residents. And also, we'd like to congratulate the Barton family. Mr. Chairman Barton has a new grandson. No, son-in-law.
Son-in-law.
Son-in-law, okay, I'm sorry.
Not that I know of, grandson. Oh,
Sorry, I messed that up.
you might know something I don't know.
But anyway, congratulations, Mr. Barton, to you and your family, and the wedding of your daughter.
Thanks a lot, Ms. Braggs.
And if there's no more communication, number 11 is adjournment.
So moved.
Support.
It's been motioned by Mr. Wadsworth, supported by Mr. Makowski, for adjournment. Mr. Wadsworth?
Yes.
Ms. Makowski?
Yes.
Ms. Roscoe?
Yes.
Mr. Kraut?
Yes.
Ms. Choate?
Yes.
Ms. Abdo? Chair votes yes. We are adjourned. Thank you.